want to write about. So some of the ideas we had was write about a time when you were surprised, write about a time when you were excited. And Mecha did a really great job earlier explaining on how she started off her memory about being excited about something. And then also just another idea, if you're really needing some support, you can also use the prompt from that 2013 STAR scoring guide, because then you have some feedback and things from that scoring guide that can kind of help as well. Are we good so far on the beginning part of the personal narrative?
Do they have to all be the same? Or I can say, since we did like the authority list, they want to write about this. Is that okay as long as it's a...
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Okay. Because you, at this point now, we've been with our students and you've had multiple discussions, and there may be a prompt that sticks out that you think, oh my gosh, my students could rock this out. And so absolutely.
But the prompt has to be the same for the whole class, or can it be this different for each student?
I don't know. What do you guys think?
That was my question. Since you had 3 different prompts there, do we let them choose, or are we going to choose one?
For me, I think I'm going to choose, and this is up to you, right? Because we're all teaching professionals. I would, whatever you feel comfortable. For me personally, I'm going to choose one prompt. Because then as we're sharing out later on and the kids are sharing and collaborating, then they're all on the same prompt. It's a little bit harder to collaborate and get ideas from each other when you have 2 or 3 different prompts rolling through your classroom. So my best advice is choose one, but it's what you feel most comfortable. For me personally, I'm going to choose one for my class and let them that way they can have connections to the class, because if you have multiple prompts going through, it's a little bit harder for them to make a connection, because they'll say, oh, well, that's not what I was writing about. I'm writing about something different.
So and it all depends on the makeup of your students. If you have students that can actually rock 3 different prompts in the same class, then yeah, and by all means you can do it. But in McCullough's case, being a co-teach classroom, that might not be the best thing for her students right now.
Right. They're going to need a little bit more support. But like she said, our classrooms are made up of, different kiddos. So your kiddos at this point. So whatever you feel comfortable with. But we just wanted to make sure that we had just a few ideas for you, just to kind of help you get started. But, if there's another prompt that you think, what, we kind of had touched on this idea before, you're welcome to use what you want. I will tell you that we are only doing one personal narrative here. Because we're going to flow through and we're going to try to make as many connections to informational as we can throughout this. But really the most important part is for them to, number one, we've been brainstorming for them really to, number one, have fun, make a connection to what they've done in 3rd grade, and then get used to writing in a text structure where they're having to okay, this is what we're doing first, this is what we're doing next. Because when we get into informational, they can make a connection and they've already worked through a text structure. Then we can make that connection. Well, before we were doing personal narrative text structure, now we're going to go into informational. And then this is what this text structure looks like. So when we even say the word text structure, they're not like, what in the world are you talking about? You know what I mean? So, okay. So then going back to, so we put that on there.